Thank you, Zinab. All yours.
Thank you so much, Miguel. I really appreciate your words and also the story with Lorena. Um, I think that's what I love about the industry is basically the people you meet and the impact you can make through the journey. And I think if you have a chance to meet someone, no matter where you are on vacation, take the opportunity, text the leader, and ask if there is a possibility to meet. What will happen except the people say no? You will not die, but you will at least take the opportunity to ask something what could change in your business. First of all, welcome to everyone in the director call and congratulations if it's your first director call. Congratulations on your rank. I'm really grateful for that company, but I'm also grateful for the translator here today because I know it's a summer month and they're taking the time for you guys to translate, to explain you everything in detail. So take notes. I don't have slides for you today because I want you to take notes, but also listen to that recording many, many times. And of course, we will talk about today about challenges, visibility, and also structure, which is really important, not just in summertime, but I will talk a lot in details, not just about the structure. I will give you tools today, what you can implement immediately after the call. Because there is no secret when it comes to success in network marketing. You need to master the basic, which everyone knows. But most of the people don't do the basics because they don't know how. And we will talk about in details, but I want to talk about the main issue here because I know that for many, summer feels like a season where everything slows down, people are distracted, business feels stuck. But let me get straight to the point because I don't think that you have a timing problem. You don't have a vacation problem. The problem is you have a decision problem. And I don't say that to be harsh and rude because I say that because I'm living that for 10 years. I've been through that. And there was a summer where everything felt heavy for me, especially my energy was low and my business was flat. And for a moment, I started questioning myself, but also believing if I should pause. Maybe I should wait till the summer is over. Um, but this question can basically kill your momentum because if you keep waiting for the right time, you will always be one season behind. And people say it's summer, nobody wants to take a look. Think about the franchise. Have you ever heard that a franchise company is closing up in summer because everyone is on vacation? No, they manage around it. They work with their team in order to be able to get the best benefit. That doesn't mean they never go on vacation, but what it means is they don't allow the tiniest little excuse as an opportunity to close their doors. So you're sitting in a situation where you have a choice. Either you accept the limiting beliefs that now it's not a good time to build a business, or you use this as an opportunity to step up and grow in that market. Because seriously, it's summer. You can't tell me if you go out, you can't see people. Over 40% of the people can't even afford to travel. They're not on yachts, they're not in Bali, they are at home scrolling through social media, comparing their life to other people, dreaming and searching, how can I earn 300 euros on the side? How can I get a second job? So they're searching for a tool to change something. So summer is not a problem. Distraction is, lack of clarity is, emotional chaos. And for me personally, I like summer because people are paused from their regular work. They don't think about their work anymore because it's a fun time. They're open-minded. They consider something out of the box. And it's the perfect time to prospect because even if people are on vacation, think about we have 24/7. People will be on the beach. They will get some vitamin D. But what will happen if reality kicks in? They will start think, if I'm back, what should I do? How can I pay the bills? How can I afford the next 6 months? So you can't tell me that people are on vacation and they're doing vacation 24/7. That's not possible because reality kicks in the moment you feel the pain point is hitting you. So let's address the biggest struggles where no one is really talking about it, and that's time and money. Because people don't fail in that business because they're lazy. They fail because they're overwhelmed. They feel like they don't have time, but what they really lack is direction. People say they don't have money, but what they really mean is lack of belief of their effort, and they don't believe that they can do it. So instead of just talking about showing up, I will give you today real tools what you can reply immediately no matter in which situation you are. So the first point, which is really important, and you need to decide that for yourself. The speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. I will repeat that. The speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. So in other words, if you decide that you're going to build during this period of time where other people are sleeping, your organization is going to follow you. Second, campaigns. If your people love summer, give them a home feeling, give them a summer feeling. Go out for brunch, but don't just go out for a brunch and eat. Invite some prospects. Give them an opportunity to get to know your organization, to get to know your community. Second, try to use the campaigns we have because that's the leverage you have in that business, because that will help you to survive the summer because we know what will happen in September. And I know some of your prospects are on holiday, but if you use the campaign on a smart way, you will see that your business is not dropping. But let's start with the first topic, and that's structure. Why do you think structure matters? Structure will give you clarity, it reduces anxiety, and it turns chaos into direction. What happens if you don't have structure in your business? You overthink, you get distracted, and you work in circles. But people who have a structure, they know what to do next. They win faster and they stay committed longer. That's why I don't want you to guess what to do in this summer. I will give you the exact plan today, what you need to do. So the first thing what we will talk about is a recruiting plan, because you need a recruiting plan, not hope. And I want you to do a 10-day summer recruiting challenge. The goal should be, and you can start whenever you want, but I want you to start from today. 10 presentations in 10 days. I want you to invite 2 people per day. Use open and emotional conversation. We will talk about those questions as well. Book Zooms or one-on-one conversation. I want you to track every results every single day. How many people you have talked to, how many people have replied, how many people have said no, how many people have you sent a presentation, or how many people you have done a live presentation. I want you to write down your daily results and share it with your team so they can also get a picture of what is necessary on doing the daily activities to reach my daily goal or to reach my monthly goal. The next thing is you have to remember one thing. Each presentation is one step closer to Bali, to your goals and to be the new leader. And I want you, each one of you, to qualify for Bali, because think about it. You get a free trip from the company for 7 days. You're with 400, 500 people who are not normal. We are not normal. That's the reason why we are here. And imagine what will happen to your brain if you spend 7 days with people who think differently. So do it for yourself. So this summer should be the best time for your growth. But it will only happen if you know how to speak. And that's the main issue, because let's talk about the target audience we have in our business. And how can you see that? Most of the people don't fail here because they're not doing the daily work. As I said before, they don't know how to talk. Imagine you're going out and you're seeing a bunch of people around there, and you know exactly one of them could be in your back office, but you don't know how to talk to them. And that's the main issue. Even if you're doing live trainings for your team, where's the recording? Where's the education? Where's the one-on-one coaching? You need to educate the people. And I'm not saying educate the people for hours, educate them, but implement it immediately so they can understand how it works. And if they get their no, you are with them. You're going with the through the journey with them together. So they don't feel belittled if someone says no to the business. So what could be the target group, especially on social media or people outside? For example, moms. What happens in summertime? No school, moms are overwhelmed, there is no routine. So they have no social community. Do you understand what I mean? So they are looking for a community where they can find like-minded people, where they can find a chance for themselves to grow, even if they are with their family. And you can give them that because they don't have to leave their house to build that business. What about entrepreneurs? People who love to post about their journey, about the business, and suddenly they stop, less posting. They're looking for tools. They're looking for something else because they know exactly what will happen in summer. But that will not happen in network marketing because you will always find people who are open for that business. What about health coaches or beauticians or people who are reflective? Have you seen the people who start posting quotes on their story? There's a reason why they started to shift their mindset. So that could be the people where you can ask them simple question. And that's the next thing what I want to talk about you is how you can approach people if you're outside. Think about it. I'm not talking about pitching them, just simple ideas. For example, have you ever noticed how many kids today seem unfocused, restless, or constantly tired? We are testing why. Have you ever asked yourself why so many skin problems don't improve, even with the top skincare? We are testing why. Have you ever asked yourself why some people don't progress despite good nutrition and regular workouts? We are testing why. So I want you to bring simplicity in your business, the way how you communicate to the people. Because if you talk to the people, they can picture what you're doing. But if you make it too complicated for them, they will not think about it. So you need to be the solution for their issues. You need to be the solution for their pain points. And we know there's always four pain points we have in that business. It's money, it's time, it's community, it's safety. And we know with this business, you can earn passive income. So that's the pain point number one. With Zinzino, you can get long-term time freedom if you go all in. Pain point number two. Pain point number three is community. We know exactly if you're in your environment where you can't grow, you can get the community here. Because here you can find for each color personality, you can find the strategy, you can find the business you need. What about safety? You know how many people, especially entrepreneurs, are scared to do the business because of one reason. They have no mentor. They are scared to do something new, and you could be the mentor even if you're sitting in front of someone who's more successful than you. The only difference between you guys is you know exactly how to do the business. So you know how to guide that person. So it's so important how you talk to that person. And what I want to talk about next is open versus closed question. And I will give you an example. How many times have you been in a situation where you ask someone, hey, are you interested? Or do you have time? Or do you want to join? And they said, no, not really. And it ends here. Why? Because you are asking a closed question. A closed question leads to a dead end. What you need to change in the way you communicate is ask open questions, because open question invites people to reflect. And I will give you an example how it does it sound. If someone is Not sure about the business, I'm not asking why. What's the one thing that keeps holding you back? With that question, do you see that the person will start talking about their fear, about their issue? What could be another question? How would it feel to wake up with more energy and clarity every day? If you have a customer in front of you who's struggling with their health, instead of saying, oh my God, you can't imagine what we can do with the product, with the blood test, what we can measure. No, people are not interested what you're offering them. They are interested, what is it for me? So you need to change how you ask the questions. What would change in your life if you earned the 500 euro extra you told me about? How would your life look like? So with those questions, you're starting a new conversation. You're not ending the conversation. And with that information, you know exactly what to implement in your presentation. And that's the reason why are people not doing the business in summer, because they don't know how to talk. And I'm talking about simple question here. And the reason why I'm asking those questions is because I want you to start listen. People don't listen because they love to talk. They love to talk about themselves, how good the business is. But what is it in for me? What can you offer me? Why should I join your business? And that's why you need to change how you communicate. And that's something what you need to teach your people, especially when my sponsor asked people a simple question. What is your dream? They have no answer. Why? Because they don't take the time to really think about what their dream is. If you, and that's the task for you today, I want you to write down your dream for the next time. And when I see you in Oslo, I want you to come to me and pitch me your dream in 60 seconds. Because if you know in 60 seconds what your dream is and why you're doing that, you will have no problem to pitch other people, to bring other people to the business, because you know exactly what you need and why you're doing that. But most of the people don't know. I met a lot of people here and I asked them, okay, I'm a beautician, pitch me. Tell me about the business. They started talking about details, they started talking about something else, but what was it in for me? No information what was interesting for me. So think about how are you approaching the people? Make it so simple. Don't talk too much about details. It should be not more 1 to 2 seconds. And I got one help from someone who's really successful in that business, and he told me, if you want to succeed in that business, whenever you talk to someone, think about you're talking to a kid. If you can explain that kid your business, and that kid can tell it to explain it to their parents, you know that you're doing a good job, because network marketing is about mouth-to-mouth business. And if you're making it too complicated, you will be the only person in the room who's doing the best presentation. And think about what will happen to your business if you're the best person in the room. The next tool, what we will work on is, I want you to take your no for now list. That's one of the biggest mistake is ignoring past interests, because you need to go back to everyone who once said, I'm too busy, it's not the right time, I'm not sure. And I will give you now one sentence what you can tell them if you call them. So let's say I'm calling Sue. Hey, Sue, it's been a long time we spoke. And I remember the last time we spoke, we talked about Zinzino, right? And I remember, you told me the time was the issue. Is it still the case? I remember you told me that finance were the issue. Is it still the case? With that question, you're opening up another conversation, because if it's not the case, do you have a solution now? And if it's the case, maybe it's time we should talk again, because you will be surprised what happened the last time we spoke. So that's how you can reactivate the people who already said no in the past. And if they still say, hey, I'm not open for it, I can fully understand that. Who can you recommend who's exactly like you? Because I need someone like you. because the way you communicate, it's really important. If you tell me, hey, can you recommend me someone? I will say no. But if you tell me who's in your circle who's exactly like you, I need someone who's like you. That's a compliment for me. And I will tell, oh my God, wait, let me think about it. So I want you to reactivate your prospect who already said no. I think someone is not on mute. Yeah, thank you, Jana. What is next? What we can do else in summer? How many people of you are in a situation where you think people will not close the subscription in summer? How many people have that issue? Let me check the chat first. So, so, okay. As I can see, no one has an issue to close the subscription in summer. That then you should be top 200 in July and August. But let me give you a simple tool what you can do to get customers, because we know exactly our passive income. One of the passive income we get is from the customers. And the reason why my team is growing so fast is because we know what Zinzino is providing us. We know the value of the product. We know the value of the blood test. But I'm not talking about the product. I'm talking about what is in for them with our blood test. You don't have to be a salesperson to succeed in that business, because the only thing what we say is, have you ever thought about why people have so many concentration problems, or why so many kids have issue with their immune system? We are testing why. And the moment the results are here, you can explain it in details, but before that, they don't need all the details. But what can you use now? All of you guys have blood tests at home. I'm pretty sure about it. And I'm also pretty sure that you have products at home. So what will you do this summer? If someone says, I'm going on holiday, I don't want to start a subscription yet, I say, perfect. Let's do a short version. What I will offer you right now is the collagen, because you only take it for 10 days. And the best part is you can even travel with it. It's super simple to travel, and even hygiene, because it's sachets. I don't know how to say it in English. We have an 100 milliliter balance. So for me personally, that's the sunscreen from the inside. You have to take it. And what happens in the summer holiday, if you go to a restaurant and you can't eat, and you have eaten the food and you get stomach problems, you need to have the Synobiotic. That's your number one solution. So we are calling that our summer starter kit. And that's what we sell. We sell the collagen, the 100 milliliter Balancol, and the Synobiotic, because they can travel it with their hand carry. The thing is, they feel a different in 10 days. And before we sell the products, we always do the blood test first. Why? Because their test arrives when they are away. You follow up when they are back, and then you close the whole health protocol kit. So it's logical, it's smart, and you don't pressure them. So try to make your business simple, relatable, and results driven, because we know exactly what happened if we take the collagen for 10 days. And all of you guys have collagen at home. So why not using it? People want to look good in their bikini and their summer body, so help them. What can we do else? All of you guys who are top team, top 200, top 1200, your customers could be your storytellers, because some of your best leaders are already in your customer base. Ask them, what has changed for you since you started with the products? If they explain their results, if they tell you how they feel, what happened since they have taken the products, ask them, do you think your story could help 10 other people? I'm pretty sure about it. Look at my face, look at my hair, how much it's grown, or look at the results I have. Look how much healthier I look. Okay. Do you think it's realistic for you to share that exact story with 10 other people in your circle? Yeah, sure, I can do that. Because what happens if your customer learns from you how to explain their feedback in 60 seconds and sharing it with 10 other people? Did you know that with just 4 recommendations, you get the products for free? And if they say yes, help them. help them exactly how to tell their story. Send them a voice message or a message structure or something which can help them to guide them to explain their story. And what will happen if they make more than four recommendations? They can basically start earning money. Why? Because if they have the fifth conversation, ask them, is it okay for you if I get the commission or you want it? What do you mean by that? Yeah, for each recommendation you're making, I'm getting a commission out of it. And I just want to be fair and tell you how our amazing business works. So, from customer to recommender to business builder. So use their results to change more lives because they already gave you the feedback. They already told you what happened to them since they started taking the products. So why not using their energy to build your business? What else is important? Time blocking. For those who tells me they don't have time. I don't, for me personally, it's the biggest excuse you can have is when you tell me that you don't have time because you have 24/7 and think about it. Who's responsible for the time? You. So, and I can tell you one thing, nobody have 10 hours per day for the business, but everyone needs 1 hour of focus. And here I will tell you exactly what they need to do in 1 hour of focus. And imagine they're doing it every single day. 15 minutes only on messages and follow-ups, not scrolling through social media, contacting people, booking follow-ups for 15 minutes. The next 15 minutes is social media. That means, or you can also do it offline. That means you react on story, you comment on post, you start building relationship. You also start posting. The reason why I posted yesterday, of course, I wanted to share how much I lost, but for me, it's a recruiting tool. I got over 200 likes, over 100 comments. But you know what I see? Who's not in my back office yet? So I'm commenting on the picture, I'm replying to comments so I can push the post. And on Wednesday, I will sit down and come and start texting everyone. Hey, I really appreciate that you took the time and comment on my picture. It's been a long time since we talked. What has changed for you since we talked last time? Just to open up a conversation to build a relationship again because they're not in my back office yet. That means I need to follow up. The next 15 minutes is about product storytelling. If you're someone who loves to show the lifestyle when it comes to health and nutrition on social media or someone outside, for example, if you have a dog and you go out for a walk, go to a park because I have a dog. And what I do is I take my dog into the city and I go for a walk. Dogs are like magnets. People come, they want to touch them, then they start talking. And if it's near my area, I will ask them, hey, I haven't seen you before. Are you new here? So start building a habit on how on talking to people. And I'm not asking them for a date. Just open up a conversation. You don't have to ask for a number, but I want you to create a habit so it becomes a norm for you to start asking people for simple things or just be curious about their lives. And the last 15 minutes you have is Zoom preparation planning with your sponsor together. So again, 15 minutes messages, calling, calls, follow-ups, 15 minutes social media presence. It could be building up relationship, reacting to stories, comment on other pictures, 15 minutes product story, getting some feedbacks, posting some testimonials, sending testimonials to your prospect. I remember the last time we talked, you told me about your eczema. Oh my God, I've got an amazing feedback. Let me send it to you and let's have a call later. And the last 15 minutes is Zoom preparation and planning. So if you can do this 5 times per week, trust me, your business will grow. There is no possibility that it will not grow. And now I will give you a monthly strategy, an overview what you have to do in July, August, and September. So what is important in July? July is about lay the foundation. That means reconnect with past contacts. Second, sharpen your content. Either it's offline or online. And with offline, I mean You know how many people I've met when I flew to Vienna? I've sent them a message and I said, "Hey, I'm coming to Vienna. It's been a long time since we met. Let's go, let's have a coffee." Just to build up the relationship because I met people who have a network. I've met people who are doing events. I have met people who have a customer base. And I try to build up the relationship with them to figure out what is their pain points right now and how I can help them, how I can guide them to a solution so they can start trusting that business, especially because people will always be skeptical when it comes to network marketing, but they will join because of you. So, what is also important in July? Collect product stories and warm up the team. Talk about goals. I have a partner here. She asked me what I'm doing the next week, and I said I will fly back to Greece because it's 15 degrees in Vienna and I haven't worked my ass off the past 10 years to stay in a country where it's cold, where it's raining. So I'm booking my flight and I'm going to Greece. And she said, I have 4 days. And I said, okay, book your tickets, come. She thought it's a holiday. I created a 3-day boot camp for her because whenever we go out for dinner, you know what I do? I ask her, tell me about the waitress. What color personality is that? What do you think could be her pain point? How can you approach her? So, wherever we go, if it's on the beach, if we go outside, wherever we go, I'm teaching her something because she's seeing me as an idol and I want to teach her how what I've done and how I've done it to reach that position. So, we have talked about goals, we have talked about her mindset, her daily activities, how she's feeding her brain, how she's feeding her mindset, how she's feeding her leadership. We have talked about every single thing. We have talked about how she's showing up to people. If I go on her social media account, what I'm seeing there, because that's her passport. When it comes to her daily tracking, her numbers, her weekly calendar, if you tell me that you don't have 10 to 15 hours per week and you're a director, now I know why you're not ranking up because you don't have a weekly calendar which tracks exactly what you're doing for that business. And if you tell me you have talked to so many people, I will ask you, show me your calendar because that's how I can see your daily activities. And then I can see if it's realistic or not. That's for July. And especially when it comes to including the campaigns and going up with the recruiting. What is in August? August is all about activating the people, onboarding, increase the recruiting rhythm, encourage customers to recommend you, and do mini campaigns. For example, let's sell, let's have five new customers in the next 5 days. Okay, let's have some music, maybe to calm down. So I found the person, I've muted them. So what is else important? Do mini campaigns in your team. So sit down with them and think about my leader who's sitting in front of you. What is their strength? What they can do really good? And do mini campaigns because that's what will fire them up. Because if you have someone in front of you who's a customer machine, who's top 200, they have people they have 200 customer. Imagine how many partners are in the 200 customers. So don't tell them go out and recruit people. Use their strengths, what they have, and that is they can connect with the customers really good. And if they have someone who's who's really excited about the product, who loves to talk about their results, about their feedback, that could be a potential partner. If you have someone in front of you who's a really good coach who knows how to educate people, how to onboard people, but they're not the best when it comes to recruiting, use them as a help. You start recruiting 10 people and use their strengths to onboard the people so you don't feel pressured because sometimes people stop recruiting because they say, I've recruited so many people, I don't know when to onboard them because you're not using your team and they think you're the only person who knows everything, but you don't see their talents. What is important in September? ECB push, daily tracking, full visibility. You have to post each win in your team. You have to keep up the momentum. You have to build the base already in July and August, because if you do it right now, you will have the results in September. If you start from 1st of September, maybe if you recruit 20 people, it's realistic to rank up, or if your team goes up with the recruiting. But if you don't start now, I'm not pretty sure if you will hit it. So start now building your base. Onboarding new leaders. It's so important to create Zoom calls where you onboard the people. Don't do too many one-on-one onboardings, because you need to work smart when it comes to 200% ECP, and use your team. What we always do is 2 weeks before the month ends, we always come together. I have some leaders who come to Dubai. I have my other lines who book a villa in Mallorca, who book a villa in somewhere else, and they bring their best leader together and they work. And imagine what will happen if you are with your people for 2 weeks, the energy. We are closing so many people because if you send out a positive energy, you send it back to your team. So if you're hyped, they're hyped as well. So use those tools which can help you to grow your business so you can be full-time in Zinzino. What is also important is maximizing ECP. Think about, make a campaign. That's what we do every year. In September, we do a campaign. Who has the most action points in September? And we give some gifts. It's an iPhone, iPad, AirPods, annual event tickets, because people want that. That's a business tool. If they have an iPad, if they have AirPods, if they get an iPhone, that's a business tool which can help them to leverage their business. So you will find your people who will qualify for it. So what is important right now? Most people, they have what I call is lost days. They get distracted by something. It could be the bird, it could be the weather, and days are gone. And then this day turns into weeks, and then it's especially the whole summer. And that summer can turn into a lost summer. And I don't want you to experience a lost summer. You become your best self when you work on things that people can't take away from you. And that's mindset, that's character, that's personality, transparency, and communication. And for me personally, that's the real upgrade, because I started 2016 in Zinzino. I've been like you, I was sitting in a row at the annual event somewhere up there on the right side. I've never would imagine that they will text me and ask me to educate the director and aboves. Of course, now I'm in a different level. But imagine, back then I haven't had that vision. So now I have it, and now I want more. And now I can see so many leaders from my team in that call. Imagine, you're the next speaker who are educating those people here, and you have almost 25 to 30 new directors and above in that call who are listening to you. Imagine what will happen to your business. So that's from me. I hope you guys could learn something. And I know it's been a lot of information. That's why I'm happy that we have a recording. But I can promise you, if you implement that, I mean, I don't have to promise you because you're seeing the results anyway in the back office at the recognition. Use it. Use it. We are doing it for you, and make this summer your best summer. Thank you so much.